Today I wanted to share one of my most expensive trades of 2018. You guys see all kinds of variety on the channel, from cheap knives to expensive knives, cheap gear to expensive gear, pretty much everything in between. It's kind of seldom that I get something that's very expensive, like a $300+ knife or something along those lines. But occasionally I do keep these things kind of in the wings, reserved for special occasions. And it just so happens that I was going to do a trade with someone for this knife, and they offered me a firearm. And of course, being a gun guy, I said, yeah, sure. I was interested in it. The value was there. It ended up not working out. And after it didn't work out, I figured, well, that's okay. It's no big deal. But then I was kind of thinking about a new gun. So I put it out there that I was looking for a used firearm for this knife. And someone else had contacted me, and we worked out a trade. And I just got the gun today in the mail. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment here, but I just want to show my side of the trade. This is a Chris Reeves Zon, and this was one of the original ones back from January 2011. This one was produced. Beautiful knife. This has the old style pivot, which is a lot larger. This actually came with the pivot tool. It's two pieces here. You can see they have those 4 prongs. Those correspond with those holes. You can put one on either side and adjust it. There's a hole through the center here. You can use those as leverage to adjust that pivot. And this one also does not have the lock bar stabilizer piece in there, right? So the new ones are a little bit different, but a beautiful piece of cutlery. Just wanted to hang on to this. I have a select few, expensive, like really expensive in my opinion. When you're talking, this is like a $450 knife. The current production at least that's a lot of money. That's a really expensive knife to me. Some people don't think that's a big deal, and a $2,000 knife is really expensive. Other people think a $100 knife is expensive. It's obviously subjective, but to me, it's a very high-end, very expensive knife. Expensive enough to be trading for a gun. I'll leave it at that. But anyway, worked out a wonderful deal with a wonderful person. They sent me the gun. I got it today. They also included a couple extra knives, which I'm going to keep for a separate video in the future. Extremely generous. Some really nice, you guys, I know a lot of you guys will like them, but some traditional pocket knives. But that'll be a whole separate video, so I'm going to throw something extra in with this as a big thank you for that. So no further ado, what new gun did I get for this knife? Actually, let's do a little TV magic. Ready? On the count of 3. A 1, a 2, a 3. Ta-da! So the latest gun is this, very safe to handle. H&K is a VP9 SK, the compact VP9. Very interesting gun, extremely ergonomic. I'm not going to get into a bunch of details. If you're a gun guy or a gun gal, I'm sure you know all about this firearm. But I was very, very excited to have this offered to me. This is in awesome shape, and I'm excited to start using it. I am kind of considering carrying it. I do have some reservations. The person who I got it from had mentioned they love the gun. In fact, they shoot it better than most of their guns. It just didn't make sense for concealed carry, so it was difficult to conceal carry. Also, you get a standard, 10-round capacity in these firearms. If they make, larger capacity magazines, but then you're extending that handle again. So there is that kind of, give and take relationship. I'm going to shoot it and see what it's like. I mean, obviously, it's going to be more comfortable to shoot. If I shoot it better than my Glock 19, I may or may not start carrying it instead. It is completely different in that it has the paddle, mag release. That's a training thing. I'm so used to, using my Glock and the push button release. So we'll see. There's a lot of things to consider, a lot of factors that go into whether I'm going to be carrying this or not. But worst case scenario, it's a new firearm for the collection, which is nice. I actually have a couple random guns you guys never saw, just because I don't post as many gun videos. I mean, this is what I consider to be a gun video. I went to the range yesterday with Christina. We shot, I filmed it. I just don't post that stuff, just because, again, I have to be so reserved, and I have to wonder if something like that is going to be a problem. Something as simple as enjoying, recreational shooting. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of saving that stuff for the future. Don't really know where YouTube's going to be come, early next year, but we'll see. Anyway, I thought this was interesting enough to share with you guys. This is the most expensive trade that I've done all year. I will tell you a short story. Some of you guys probably remember this. It's an old story. But there was a time when I was extremely into Zippo lighters, like put knives aside for Zippos, and I just wanted to collect every Zippo there was and every display piece and old advertisements. And Zippo made a lot of different, random promotional products over the years, like belt buckles and tape measures and pens and all kinds of stuff. And I was into it. I was like hardcore Zippo guy. I still love Zippos, always will. But I'm talking like I was on eBay, maybe 5 hours a day, just randomly looking for Zippo stuff. And I accumulated a pretty decent collection. My Zippo collection was probably, I want to say that it was about $600 or $700 worth of stuff. Conservatively, I probably spent more than that collectively, but that's about what the value was. And I ended up trading my entire Zippo collection to someone for their Smith & Wesson 686 revolver, okay? And which was a crazy trade. It's a random trade, right? And a Zippo collection for a gun. Love that thing. I totally regret. I traded the gun as well for a William Henry knife, which is very high end, something I couldn't afford at the time to buy. And that's where trading comes in. That's what's awesome about it, is you might have some stuff. You don't have any money, but you got some stuff. And people want your stuff and you want their stuff, and you go ahead and trade. But yeah, I don't know actually the order of that. I might have traded the Zippo collection for the knife and then traded for a gun. Either way, I don't have the knife or the gun or the Zippos. So yeah, I've gotten lots of other things in place of those, but it's just interesting. Knives for guns, guns for lighters, lighters for knives. I mean, that's what trading is all about. It doesn't always have to be a knife for a knife. But yeah, just pretty interesting. Newest firearm to the old collection, possibly a user. You guys can get feedback, the gun guys. I know a lot of people like these guns. This is my first H&K. So, my initial impressions, I'm quite impressed by it. It is very ergonomic and very comfortable. But like I said, I don't know if I want to give up the capacity for about the same size gun, We'll see. I don't know. I got to shoot it and see what I think of it. There is some different trading concerns because I have used a Glock mainly. I've had some other random guns I've carried over the years, but for the most part, between Glock 36, Glock 17, and Glock 19, those three models are predominantly what I carried since I got into guns, and I'm just so used to them. And I do train on private property. Luckily, I'm able to shoot on private property because I would never be able to go to a range and do what I do when I am shooting privately, because I, draw and shoot from the holster. I try to shoot laying down. I try all kinds of stuff. More so in the past. I do have to get back into it. That's why I did go to the range yesterday. But yeah, it's just a lot of those different random scenarios are kind of dangerous, and they won't let you do that kind of stuff at a range. But anyway, that is nor here or there. Just wanted to talk about this and ask you guys, what was your highest value trade? It doesn't have to be gear stuff. It could have been, yeah, I traded my, who knows what, my old Mustang for, I don't know, a trailer or something. It could be anything. I'm just curious, what was the most expensive thing you've ever traded in your life? For me, it has been like a knife gun combination. It's happened 2 or 3 times in my past, where it was a bigger ticket knife or, a used gun, which is an expensive item, for other knives. But yeah, that's about the biggest, most expensive trade I can think of right now. If I really sat for a while, maybe I'd come up with something that was more expensive. But generally speaking, every now and again, someone will have something that's expensive that I want, or there's just an item that I want and I just can't afford to buy it. And that's okay. I get my toys for a new toy. You know what I mean? That's what keeps everything going. That's what keeps this channel going. Is trading. I can't afford to just buy all this stuff. Some people who don't watch the channel for a long time or don't know me on more of a personal level, just kind of randomly saw some videos, you probably think I'm pretty well off. That's not the case. I do a lot of trading. If I want something new, I got to get rid of something old. It's just how it works. And I kind of joke about it, but I don't really own anything. Everything I have is up for trade just so I can get new stuff to try. But anyway, that's that. Thank you very much for watching. Very much looking forward to the comments. It'd be interesting to see what you guys have traded, some random stuff. You never know. Never know what people are trading for. But like they say, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. Sometimes one man's treasure is another man's treasure. It just so happens that they want something more. Oftentimes when you're, starting a new hobby or something, you kind of dive in pretty deep and you want things and you can't always afford it, so you give up old hobbies. That's what I do a lot. I don't give up the hobbies completely, but I give up, some valuable items in order to be able to get some new valuable items. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you're having an awesome day. I do say that. I say it every video, pretty much every video. Have a good day. Hope it's awesome. But I truly mean that. You know, sometimes you're not having an awesome day. Sometimes it's kind of a bum day. Some crap happens and you don't like it, or you're mad or upset or sad, or who knows. But whatever's going on in your life, wherever you are watching this video right now, I truly hope that the rest of your day is pretty nice. May not have been a great day so far, but hopefully it finishes well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Take care.